guys, so as promised, now we're going to talk a little bit about 2020 and the new year. Bear with me here if I get a little spacey. I am exhausted this morning. You know, I'm on my college break right now for Christmas. Usually whenever I'm in school and I work all the time, I really don't get a whole lot of free time, as you guys can probably tell from my video submissions and how much they did slow down. But we do have a solution for that I'm going to talk to you guys about next video. I try to get up early and go to bed late to have a little bit more time to do things that I want to do and get stuff done that I usually can't get done whenever I'm busy with school. So I'm running off like 4 or 5 hours of sleep pretty much for the past 2 weeks, and I plan to keep doing that all the way until I go back. But anyway, starting out with 2020 and the new year, I'm sure you guys have already heard it. You've already seen it on every little white girl's Instagram, 2020 clear vision, I'm here, and I guess I'm going to say the same thing. 2020, really what I want to get out of that with the new year is I do clearly want to get on a path and understand maybe more of what I want to do, because I've always been a person that's kind of lived day to day. I can't really tell you what I got going on 5 minutes from now. I just, I let it roll, and I just kind of bounce off of every situation as it hits me. I'm a pretty relaxed attitude in that way. I'd like to get maybe a little bit more of a clear set plan, especially, like when it comes to cars. I've told you guys multiple different plans that I could do whenever it comes to this car, whether if it's keeping it, selling it, getting a new 5.0 that's a S197, getting a new 5.0 that's a S550. I've actually got another vehicle that I'm thinking about possibly maybe even getting, but I'm going to save that for another video that we can make to see what y'all think about that. I'm going to be honest with you guys, 2019 was a little bit hard on me in some different aspects, especially near the end of the year. A couple months ago in 2019, at my job, they were basically allowing people to apply for a promotion that I really wanted to get, because at the time, that's whenever I was just now telling you guys on camera that I was going to try to get a 5.0 and stuff, and if I was to get this promotion, I was going to get about a $5 or $6 an hour raise. And I thought, holy cow, like, I'm going to see you guys in a couple videos with a new car, and it's going to be awesome. The reason I was so confident in this is because I was extremely overqualified for this job. I'm not even joking with you guys. Whenever other people inside of my store heard that I was applying for this job, they just backed out and didn't even apply because they knew it was mine. And as far as everybody knew, the job was going to be not really handed to me because I had earned it, but I was the person in the store who was qualified to accept this position and do it, exceptionally. So I did interview for the job. It went great. The manager told everybody around him, his inner circle, that they thought it went great, which is why I thought I had the job, considering they all told me pretty much, he was extremely impressed you got the job as expected. Well, that was a letdown, guys. I was passed up for a promotion that should have been mine, and whenever I was told I wasn't going to be given the job, the only explanation he could give me is that I was overqualified. I was ready for the job. However, the company would have appeared foolish to give that job to someone who is my age. So basically, I was discriminated on because I'm a 20-year-old guy who can work just as hard as any 40-year-old, 50-year-old guy. So that was pretty disappointing. Obviously, as you guys can guess, I was not very happy with the company that I worked for. So I started seeking new jobs. But before I get into that, let's just, I don't want to get too much into it because it's personal stuff. And like I said, it's months ago now, so I've let it go. It is what it is. You got to understand that life's going to hit you hard sometimes. But the person who passed me up for the position was actually 2 years older than me, quit the company a couple of years ago, and by quit I mean didn't even put in a notice, just quit and left. And I thought, how is this possible for them to hire her back? and I was informed by many people not much later that the store manager had a little bit of the hots for her whenever she was working for us. So not gonna make a bunch of excuses, guys. Like I said, I'm over it. It is what it is. It happens. I'm looking for a new job. You got to know your self-worth, guys. Move on. Whenever people doubt you, just don't stick around. It's not a good place to be. So like I said, I started searching for new jobs. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to make excuses, but there's not a lot of places that offer a whole lot of opportunity at my age where I live right now. It's a small college town. A lot of the jobs that are open are going to be, part-time McDonald's that is fine with giving you like 10 hours a week because you got a lot of studying to do and stuff, and that's not really what I'm looking for. I work full-time. I live on my own. I've never lived in a college dorm. So that's not for me. I have to have a good, decent paying job that gives me full-time hours. And needless to say, I came across this job. It was actually going to give me an internship then sometime before I graduate. But I started working for them now. I like the job. I still work for them. I won't get into exactly what it is because I'm thinking I might make a separate video for that as well. But it's a commission-based job. There's a base pay, which they made my base pay pretty decent, or at least they say it's supposed to be decent based on my experience with customer service and stuff. And so yeah, commission job. And I actually, throughout this holiday season, we got back the sales list, and I thought I was working pretty hard, doing a good job. I've always been taught to work hard, and out of about 100 salesmen, I was 6th on the list in the district for sales. So I hadn't been working there very long. There was 2 other people from our store on that list. Both of them had been there for far longer than I, and I was pretty happy to have made that list, and they praised me pretty highly for that. However, right after making this list, having 40 hours a week throughout holiday season and stuff, I looked at my newest schedule for this upcoming week, guys, and they gave me like 5 hours. And I was always told that's one of those jobs where if you make sales, they'll give you hours. And like I said, I have made the sales. The manager there, he really likes me. He's not the one in charge of scheduling. Like I said, I done good enough on my sales that he awarded me to go on this business trip with him next weekend to Memphis and stuff. And so I don't know. I guess the lady doing the schedules either has it out for me or doesn't understand that my performance is good. But not a ton of worries there because I stayed at my other job at least part-time, kind of 2 days a week. And it's one of those things where, like I said, I'm good enough at that job that most of the time I can just call them and say, hey, I need some hours. Like, I'm going to come in. Is that cool? And they'll be like, absolutely, like, come in. We can always use your help. So at least I have that going for me. But, it's just one of those things. Like I said, guys, it hit me hard. I'm still in college and stuff. So for me to give everything that I had to a company and be turned down for my age and kind of lose my trust in them, it kind of sucks because before I would have to put that amount of time into anywhere else to be in that position again, maybe even more. And by the time I do that now, I'll be out of college and looking for way better jobs than what I can now. So it's almost like I'm in like this gray area where I'm not really sure what the best plan would be. Going forward into 2020, like I said, clear vision and stuff. A few plans that I know that I have for 2020, like I said, figure out what car I want to do. Something that I want to try in 2020 that I've wanted to do for a long time. And if any of you know how to do this successfully, hit me up and we will make arrangements and I will pay for you to help me get this set up through Venmo or whatever. But I've always wanted to stream Twitch. For those of you that might not know, I do play Xbox. I play Call of Duty. Jay-Z Garage, who you probably know through this channel or watching his own channel, he also plays Xbox. We play together. He's got a couple friends. I got friends from high school that I play with. And I've always wanted to just casually stream. I don't want to get into it and ever say, that that's going to be my career. But I'd like to try casually streaming. I need somebody who knows how to get a page set up successfully to, you know, have a little bit of glamour to it. So if people subscribe, it, you know, it kind of gives a little shout out on the screen of that. A very well put together channel. Someone who knows how to set up donations. You know, I don't want that to, you know, change any of your guys' feelings about me, but I know people all the time on Twitch who have got donations set up. You will never ever see me mention, you know, hey, awesome, please drop $5 down or whatever. But if I'm gonna do this and it's an option, you know, it's completely optional, guys. If someone wants to drop me 50 cents because they think what I'm doing is cool at the time, hey, I'm all right with that. You know, people give each other money all the time on the streets for a lot dumber reasons. So that's kind of the way I see it. So I'd like to try that. Obviously, get a lot better with YouTube. Like I said, I've got arrangements for that I think you guys will be excited to hear about in one of my upcoming videos. I should be able to get a lot more videos out here soon. And you know, other than that, I want to, my really goal for 2020 is, I say that I want to be better with money. Really what I mean by that is I just want to spend my money on more durable goods. I spend a lot of my money in the last year, especially in these last couple months, on stuff like, you know, food, running through Taco Bell, and I can't really justify that as much as if I would spend my money on like lowering springs for this car or something. Like, someone else might see that as a waste of money, but for me that's a good that I'm like, you know, it's gonna last more than a couple minutes, like food would. I can't really justify saying, hey, I'm gonna go drop $10 on McDonald's every day a week, and that's $70 on McDonald's a week, whenever you know, if I did that for 2 weeks, I'd have enough money for something to mod this that would last me a lot longer. So that, I want to obviously put more money back in my savings. Like I said, I've been jumping around from these 2 jobs back and forth, not really getting as many hours as I was before, but luckily my sales have been able to make me actually more money than whenever I was just 40 hours at the first job. But that's about to slow down with holiday gone, obviously, and my hours aren't being given to me. So, you know, I need to focus on throwing more money in the savings, because I was doing a really solid job there for a while, and I kind of fell off and got really tied up in school. Looked at my bank account and I was like, man, I think it's been, you know, 4 or 5 months since I've looked at my savings, and I think that over that time I've only really contributed like $200 to my actual savings account. So anyway, there's the end of my spill. But yeah, guys, 2020, those are my plans. I'm gonna get on the road now. The car's good and warm, and I'm gonna go over to John's house. We're gonna get this oil change knocked out. So we'll see y'all here in a few seconds. All right, guys, the oil is changed. More shenanigans to start 2020. I don't think, if you've ever messed with the car, I don't think I need to explain what happened here.
Why don't you explain the hood?
The hood I will explain. So, my freaking idiot self, I decided to put my keys on top of my fuse box, and when I got done with the oil change, I closed the hood and was locked out of my car. So my girlfriend had to bring the spare keys. So that is now 3 things that you've seen on this YouTube channel just in this video alone to start 2020 that has screwed me over.
I've thoroughly enjoyed every minute of it.